Well, hello everyone, and welcome in just in time for the first pitch as we get you ready for doubleheader action southeast of Saline, taking on the Sacred Heart Lady Knights. What should be a good doubleheader brought to you today by Wano Garrettson at Salina Homes. First pitch across for a ball, second pitch swung on and missed. And let's go ahead and set the stage and meet the starting lineup. We begin with the Sacred Heart Lady Knights, Kerrigan Thompson. The second baseman will lead things off. She will be followed in the order by a starting catcher, Bailey Holcomb. Third baseman, right fielder, Eden Sharpton in the 3-hole. Third baseman, Lauren Penn, brings up the rear of the lineup here today. Batting in the 5-hole, it's the DP, Ariana Rivas. Then pitcher, Bryn Bouchard. First baseman, Brooke Patterson. Shortstop, Sage Gordine. And center fielder, Ton Lay in, as the day begins with a Carly Zerflu strikeout. And would expect that will probably not be the last of those this afternoon. Talk about pitchers on a tear and players that have been playing well. These two teams both come in hot. Sacred Heart 6-2. Southeast of Saline is 5-1. And both sides with a decisive blowout pair of victories last week. Get more into the schedules and the resumes, but first, let's meet the starting pitcher, Carly Zerflu, coming off a perfect game thrown against Republic County in a shortened 3-inning contest. And she has picked up right where she's left off, a 1-1 count here to Bailey Holcomb. Looking through the numbers here for Carly Zerflu, and she has made 3 appearances, all of them starts. Gets a swing and a miss here from Holcomb. In those 17 innings, looking at a solid win-loss record of 3-0. And a perfect ERA to go with a .65 whip, 18 strikeouts to just 4 walks on the year. And, well, here you go. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the day for Carly Zerflu. One of those pitchers, the longer time goes on, it seems like the better she continues to pitch. Doing it against a very solid Sacred Heart lineup on the year. This is a Sacred Heart team. I mentioned 6-2, off to a hot start, and a very young Lady Knight squad this season. That youth movement for Sacred Heart has been very strong. Majority of their roster is made up this season of freshmen and sophomores. Of course, you do have a couple of stalwarts who already picked up a state championship this year in girls basketball. You look up and down the lineup and you see a couple members of that team, including Eden Sharpton and Ton Lay in. Speaking of Sharpton, she is in the box here and takes this pitch inside. Brings the count to 3-0. Don't see Zerflu forced to work from behind often. That is the case here. Carly Zerflu brings it home. In there for a called strike at the knees, and the count goes to 3-1. This is also going to be a big game for league standings, as these two teams jockeying for a spot at the top. Here it's a swing and a miss. Sharpton got a piece of it, does just enough to hang tough and stay alive in the count. But the count is now full here on Sharpton. Trying to get something started for a Sacred Heart team that has been rolling early in the year. Look at the league standings in the NCAA right now. Southeast of Saline at 2-0. Beloit 3-1, Minneapolis 6-2, and then Sacred Heart at 4-2. And already a separation between kind of the top and the bottom of the NCAA. Down at the bottom, Ellsworth 1-3, and then Republic County and Lyons are both 0-4. So these two games will be pivotal as far as those standings are concerned. Zerflu's worked back in the count. 2 strikeouts to open her day from the circle. Brings home the payoff pitch, and it's low for ball 4. Eden Sharpton will take her base, and Sacred Heart has a runner aboard with 1 or 2 away here in the top of the first. Both of these teams playing a similar brand of softball this season, as the first pitch is up and away here to Lauren Penn. And that kind of makes for a fun chess match, not only between the players today, but between the 2 head coaches. Of course, Tyler Smith in his second year leading Southeast of Saline. Same for Connor Martin of this Sacred Heart squad. Here it's a swing and a miss, induced to Lauren Penn. And the count goes to a ball and a strike. Runner aboard, 2 down. Lauren Penn in the box. Pitch on the way, in there for strike 2. And once again, Carly Zerflu is just 1 out away. One good pitch away, potentially, from putting this top half of the first inning to bed. Another 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Zerflu pulls the string, and it's 3 strikeouts to open the day for Carly Zerflu. We will step away. When we come back, it's the home half of inning number 1. You are watching high school softball, brought to you today by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
Well, walking back in here on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School, SES up to bat here in the home half of inning number 1. And it will be Reese Heinrich, the shortstop, to lead things off for the Lady Trojans. She'll be followed in the order by center fielder Kaya Samuelson, then third baseman Ashley Welchel, catcher Riley Donnelly in the cleanup spot today for SES. Pitch misses high and away. Count goes to 2-0. In the 5-hole, it's second baseman Veda Durfee, then right fielder Annabelle Sowell, first baseman Hannah Teal, DP Peyton Merrill, and left fielder Madeline McFadden brings up the rear of the Lady Trojan lineup here today. Another pitch high and outside. The count's a 3-0, and Reese Heinrich likely taking all the way here. We'll see if she does elect to try and pull the trigger. Heinrich has been excellent in her role as the leadoff hitter so far this season. Another pitch high and a 4-pitch walk. Heinrich will take her base in Southeast of Saline. That's exactly what they want, as they've got the leadoff runner aboard and a chance to cause some chaos on the base paths. As with many previous Southeast of Saline teams, this is not a high-volume power team, but yeah, they've got the wheels, and you see it there as Reese Heinrich is in with ease at second base, a stolen base to start things off here for Southeast. On the year, Southeast has 24 stolen bases through their first 6 games. They have just 2 home runs on the year, one of them an inside the park home run, and both of them belong to Carly Zerflu. This pitch gets away, and it's another 60 feet given here to Reese Heinrich, who is now in scoring position. In the circle for the Lady Knights is Bryn Bouchard, the freshman, making her 8th appearance of the year through 38 innings, a 5-2 record, a 3.13 ERA, 45 strikeouts compared to just 20 walks. But so far, her first 6 pitches have all been outside the zone. You gotta have confidence in your stuff when opponents are only hitting 236 off of you, as is the case with Bouchard. She'll bring home the 3-0. That one right down the pipe, and an easy take for Kaya Samuelson. And now a chance for Samuelson to swing away. Kaya Samuelson this season, the sophomore, batting .318, 7 hits in 6 games, 4 driven in, looking for her 5th. 3-1 pitch, squares to bunt, and it gets her. So the first 2 base runners given for free here by Sacred Heart. A walk and now a hit batter. And that will turn things over to Ashley Welchel. So Welchel will grab a bat. The Lady Trojans looking to strike first here in a pivotal rivalry matchup. Always fun when these two get together, regardless of the sport. Welchel squares to bunt. She'll pull it back. The runner goes. And Samuelson is aboard at second without a throw. This is what Southeast does. Get them on, get them over, and get them in. So far, the first two stages of that operation have been successful. Now it's a matter of finishing off the third. Pitch to Welchel. Touch inside, and that's a ball to even the count at 1-1. For as good as Southeast has been, specifically on the defensive end and in their pitching, the offense still trying to get that part to come along a little bit. This is a team just hitting 300 on the year. Here it's a big cut, and the count goes to 1-2 on Welchel. The junior batting .294 this year, slugging .529. 5 driven in, 5 runs scored for Welchel this year, including 3 extra base hits. The 1-2 taken back up the middle. The starting pitcher knocks it down, throw to the plate in time. And that is a good play by Bryn Bouchard to cut down Heinrich at the plate. A crucial out. Welchel makes it to first on the fielder's choice. Samuelson moves up to third. And that will turn things over here to Riley Donnelly, the cleanup hitter for Southeast of Saline. By the way, in the field, obviously Bouchard in the circle. Holcomb, your starting catcher today. It's Patterson at first, Thompson at second, Gordine at short, Penn at third. The outfield from left to right, Carrasco, Tonley in, and Eden Sharpton. Shallow pop-up. That works just as well as a bunt. And now the runner turns and heads for second, and there will not be a throw. So Riley Donnelly gets to second base on a bad bunt single. And the first run comes in to score for Southeast of Saline. Moves Ashley Welchel up to third, Samuelson in, and the Lady Trojans lead it 1-0. Veda Durfee, the next to grab a bat. Pitch misses high. And the count starts at 1-0. Veda Durfee back in the box. Another high pitch, this one also outside. Count to 2-0. First base is open, but really no good spots. Nowhere you want to pitch around to. Annabelle Sowell is the next up for Southeast. 2-0 in the dirt. Good block there by Holcomb, but the count now 3 balls and no strikes. Southeast has been relatively patient this season in the box. 19 walks to 24 strikeouts. And I mentioned as well the 24 stolen bases they've already added on to that. 3-0. Misses low, and it's another 4-pitch walk. This one to Veda Durfee. And the bases are loaded for Annabelle Sowell. It's not like Southeast has been hitting the cover off the ball. A walk, a hit batter, a fielder's choice. Essentially a bunt single, and then a walk, and that has loaded them up here for Sowell. And the first pitch to Sowell misses down and out. Annabelle Sowell, a junior, batting .313 on the year, slugging .375. She's got 5 hits and 5 driven in. A great chance for her to up the RBI stat here. Pulls this foul down the right field line, and the count goes even at 1-1. I'd say it's beautiful softball weather, but boy, these winds are absolutely insane right now. It's like a wind tunnel here in Gypsum. 1-1 to Sowell, misses high, and the count's 2-1 now. Bouchard has not really struggled with command this season. 45 strikeouts to 20 walks, only 5 hit batters coming into this game. See if she can buckle down here. The 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, and the count goes even at 2-2 here on Sowell. Anything but a strikeout or an infield pop-up can help you here. Southeast trying to bring in more runs after taking a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. The 2-2 pitch. Taken up the middle. That gets through. That should score 2 runs. Welchel's in to score. They wave Donnelly around, and she is in as well. It's a 2 RBI single for Annabelle Sowell, and the Lady Trojans lead it 3-0. Good work for this Southeast Lady Trojan lineup, and this is how they've been manufacturing runs all year. Haven't really had the power bats, haven't really needed the power bats. Hannah Teal, the next to grab a bat for SES. Pitch misses outside. Might have slipped a touch there. Out of the hand of Bouchard. Only 2 players on the official roster, at least the one we were given, have pitched this year. Bryn Bouchard and Sage Gordine, a pair of freshmen. And that's the other thing to remember. This is an exceptionally young Lady Knight team. You look up and down at the roster, and more importantly, you look at who's been contributing this year. It's 3 juniors, no seniors, everyone else underclassmen. 2-0, blowing inside, and the count goes to 3-0 here on Hannah Teal. Teal this year in her sophomore campaign, batting .294. 5 hits for Teal, a common number across the Lady Trojan lineup. 3-0 on the way, cuts the outside corner. And the count goes to 3-1. Teal likely taking all the way now, given the leeway to sling away. A 2 RBI single for Soel, who stands aboard on first. Durfee walked, she's on second. This ball lifted. It will stay on the infield, and the catch is recorded by Thompson for the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and honestly, given the situation, I mean, it was bases loaded with 1 out, with a run already across. If Sacred Heart can get out of this down just 3-0, that is a small victory in and of itself. Peyton Merrill steps in now. First pitch off the plate for a ball. Merrill, the DP today. Zerflew not in the lineup for game number 1. Peyton Merrill, a junior, still looking for what would be her first hit of the campaign. Pitch on the way, in there for a called strike, and the count goes even at 1-1. If they can get to her, the excellent Madeline McFadden is in the on-deck circle. Small sample size, but she's batting an even .500 on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Huge chance for Bryn Bouchard to limit the damage done here in the first inning. Her Lady Knights down, but only by 3. The 1-2 pitch. It's a cross for a called strike 3, and that will put a stop to the Lady Trojan rally. But Southeast of Saline gets 3 on the board. They take a 3-0 lead. We're back after this. Coverage of today's doubleheader is presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Back at the ballpark here on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. Tyler Henry alongside you. Trey Tully producing and engineering today for us on the Salina Post Sports Network. And so glad that you could join us today for more coverage of Southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart. It's our continuing Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. And we head to the visitors' second. Swing and a miss at the very first pitch here for Ariana Rivas. Rivas leads things off here in the second, followed by Bryn Bouchard and Brooke Patterson. 0-1 pitch, another swing and a miss, and the count goes to 0-2. Zerflu's been in attack mode since the very beginning of this game, and that's kind of been just her style. Not afraid to paint the corner if she needs to, but for the most part, boy, she is going to give you her best stuff, and she does it again here for her 4th strikeout of the day. So far, 4 outs recorded, all of them via the K. Bryn Bouchard the next to grab a bat, and we've got our first duel of the pitchers today. As Bouchard, pitcher of record and starter today for Sacred Heart, trying to get something rolling, hits a number. That'll be a foul ball, and the count starts at 0-1. As I mentioned, Sacred Heart off to a hot start. Bats have had a lot to do with that. 47 hits in their first 8 games. 0-1, and again, just right on it, but a little behind it, as Bouchard will tip that one foul, and the count's at 0-2. So Zora Zerflu does some of her best work. Mentioned the 18 strikeouts coming into today. She's already tacked 4 onto that number. 0-2 from Zerflu. Just missed it on the outer half. A tempting pitch and a good take, honestly, by Bouchard. In-breaking ball from the outer part. Just missed the corner. 1-2 pitch. Rise ball up. Got her. And that is 5 strikeouts to open the day for Carly Zerflu. Zerflu seems to just continue heating up. I know I mentioned that before, but coming off of her best performance of the season. Recorded 9 outs in a perfect game against Republic County. Only relied on her defense for 2 of those, and starts Brooke Patterson with yet another big strike. 0-1 in the count. Still up here is Zerflu. 0-1 pitch. There you go. Got her outside breaking in, inside breaking out. She's ahead 0-2. Patterson this season hitting .222 in her sophomore season, looking for her 5th hit of the year. Will not find it here. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Another 3 up, 3 down, triple strikeout inning for Carly Zerflu. We'll step away. When we come back, it's more of our softball game of the week, brought to you today by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
Back at the ballpark here on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. SES holds a 3-0 lead as we go to the home half of inning number 2. It was 3 runs on just 2 hits for Southeast, but a couple of gifted base runners, a hit batsman, and a pair of walks. Give credit where credit is due, though. Bryn Bouchard pitched herself out of a bit of a jam, stranded 2 runners for Southeast, and that has led us here as the first pitch is in the dirt to Madeline McFadden. McFadden leading things off for Southeast, the sophomore batting .500 in a limited sample size. Back in the lineup, trying to keep that bat hot here and get SES back to the top of the order. Second pitch, chopped up in the air, picked up there by Bouchard. The throw to first in time, and it's quickly 1 away here to open things up in the home half of the second. So that'll flip it back to Reese Heinrich. Heinrich reached on a walk, stole second, stole third, and was cut down trying to come home. Had a good opportunity, a good look at it. Here she'll take a pitch inside. Just about wore that one. Instead, it's ball 1. And the count starts here at 1-0. Also, if you're enjoying this, we don't typically do this, but happy we've got the staff and the ability to today. You can also tune in for the baseball doubleheader between SES and Sacred Heart happening just across the way here in Gypsum. Those games will also be streaming live. They'll also be will be available on demand anytime for free right here on Salina Post. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch on the way in for a strike. The count to 2-1 here on Heinrich. Heinrich hitting .238, an on-base percentage of .333. 7 runs scored this year. She has 9 stolen bases. We're not even 10 games into the season yet. She'll take a high breaker, and the count to 3-1. You can tell there is some patience from Bryn Bouchard. She's been pitching very cautiously to the Southeast lineup. 3-1 on the way. And it's in there for a called strike to fill the count. That's a bigger pitch than a lot of people think. Now 1 out away from putting Heinrich down. Heinrich from the left side. Payoff pitch. Hello, hello. All right. Well, apologies for that. This may become a theme here, but so you've got the power supply right behind the backstop. And anything that smacks the wood back here hard enough is probably going to disconnect us. Pitch out leads to... Well, we got a bunt here. Kaya Samuelson at the dish. Heinrich around to third. One down here in the inning for Southeast of Saline. The 1-1. Lifted out to left center, carrying back. That's going to roll to the fence. It will score easily. Reese Heinrich turning and thinking 3. Now coming to the plate. Kaya Samuelson. It's an inside the park home run. Boy, it looked like a simple ball to the gap, but Samuelson never stopped running. And Southeast of Saline tacks 2 more onto the lead as they now have a 5-0 advantage. My goodness. Chaos there. Heinrich, by the way, stole second after the walk and is brought home on that inside the Parker. Now an inside-out swing for Abby Welchel. That will take it over. Or Ashley Welchel, sorry. She's thinking about 2, and she is in. So an inside the park home run for Kaya Samuelson, a double for Ashley Welchel, and the bats have come alive here in Gypsum for Southeast of Saline. Catching up on the book as we've got a timeout. And coming out to have a word with his squad is Connor Martin. So Heinrich reached on the walk, swiped second. Bad throw let her advance to third. Samuelson hit the gapper, and then Welchel just took it up and over the head of Sharpton out and right. And all of that culminates in this, now a 5-0 lead. Won't get much easier. Riley Donnelly is the next to grab a bat. Donnelly, her first time up, had an infield single. Steps back in, another chance to drive in another run with Welchel aboard at second. Pitch on the way in for a called strike, and the count begins at 0-1. Was an RBI for Riley Donnelly. Kind of got under it trying to bunt here. Looks like content to swing away with one down. Pitch misses, gets behind the screen. That one fortunately not hard enough to knock our audio off the air. But it will allow Welchel to slide up on the pass ball. So another insurance run for southeast of Saline, just 60 feet away. Riley Donnelly at the dish. 1-1 in there for the called strike, and the count goes to 1-2. Didn't run through it earlier, but southeast of Saline today in the all-white home jerseys. Purple pinstripes, purple southeast across the front, purple numerals for SES. Meanwhile, for Sacred Heart, navy blue jerseys, champagne gold numerals. Another ball that gets through. Not enough, though, for Welchel to bring it home. And the count goes even at 2 strikes. Second inning action here from Gypsum. Coach Smith's girls off to a good start. Trying to add on to it here. Pitch to Donnelly, another flare shot, and it's misplayed by Thompson. They flip to first. It's not in time. Runner holds up at third. Oh, tough play there for Thompson. Puts runners at the corners with one down and brings up Veda Durfee. That might have been one Thompson perhaps got up thinking about the runner on third before she had it in the mid. A lot of top spin on that ball, just flips in and out. So Veda Durfee, who walked her first time up, will square to bunt, pulls it back. Throw back down to second, not nearly enough to threaten, and Donnelly will go ahead and swipe second for her trouble. Stolen bases for Southeast. Been a huge factor already through these opening couple of innings. Only one down and a chance for SES to bring in a few more. Pitch on the way in there for a called strike, and the count to 0-2. So Durfee will have to shorten up a little bit here. Get protective. Soel, who had the 2 RBI single, is in the on-deck circle. 0-2 misses high, back to the fence. The runner takes off, and she is in. Ashley Welchel comes home to score on the wild pitch. Southeast with a 6-0 lead. Donnelly moves up to third. 3 runs in each of the first 2 innings for Southeast. Thinking about more here with only one down in the inning. The 1-2 in the dirt. Easy stop for Holcomb. And the count goes even at 2-2. Durfee stands in, batting from the right side. Two-two pitch. Got her high. Good rise ball up. And it's the second strikeout of the day. Recorded by Bouchard. That's 2 down in the inning. Annabelle Soel will be the next to grab a bat. Like I said, that swinging strikeout. Second of the inning. Soel had the 2 RBI single back in the first. First pitch to her. She will foul that back to the tree line here in Gypsum. Still a 6-0 lead for Southeast of Saline. We'll try to check in periodically on our area scoreboard, including games taking place just across the way here in Gypsum. 0-1 pitch, misses high, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Southeast has already proven that they're not afraid to swipe a bag or 2, or 3, or 6. It's been the case again here today. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Soel. Pitch on the way. Right down the pipe. Good one to take a hack at. Taken there by Soel. And once again, Bouchard is just 1 good pitch away from getting out of the inning with just the 3 runs given up. 1-2. Bouchard will check the armband. Brings it home. High and away, and the count goes full. At RBI earlier for Soel was her 6th of the season. Actually, her 6th and 7th. 2-2. And she might have done it again. She did do it again. An RBI knock for Annabelle Sowell will bring in Riley Donnelly. And Southeast extends the lead. It's now 7-0 Lady Trojans. Annabelle Sowell, 2 for 2, a pair of singles, and 3 RBI. Inning not over for Southeast of Saline just yet. Hannah Teal grabs a bat for the second time today. Popped up on the infield her first time up. This is the only part of the lineup that has not dealt a ton of damage in this game. Teal, Merrill, and McFadden all retired by Bouchard. Trying to find a way to get in on the fun. This ball taken into left center. It hangs up, but not for long enough. It is past Tonley in. See if they wave the runner. They do. Coming to the plate is Annabelle Sowell. She is in without a throw, and it's an RBI double for Hannah Teal to put Southeast ahead 8-0. The hit parade continues for Southeast. And at this point, looking at the lineup, you've only got 2 players who have yet to either score a run or record a hit in this game. Peyton Merrill grabs a bat. Her first pitch fouled back to the backstop. And the count starts at 0-1. Southeast of Saline softball, obviously a rich tradition over the years. Program that got knocked out by Silver Lake in the regional championship a year ago. 1 win away from advancing to state. They were there 2 years ago, where they lost to the eventual 3A state champions in Frontenac. Now it's an 0-2 count to Peyton Merrill. Southeast looking potentially for more here. Madeline McFadden in the on-deck circle. The 0-2 is hit in and out of the glove, but Thompson recovers, and that will do it for the second, but not before Southeast adds another 5 spot. It's now 8-0. Southeast of Saline back with more when we return. Coverage of this doubleheader presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
As we go to the third, it'll be another inning of work here for Carly Zerflu, who has been on a tear so far in this game. Zerflu has faced 7 batters. No one's put the ball in play yet. 6 strikeouts to a walk. And she picks up where she leaves off, as she's got Sage Gordine leading things off. Tonley in the on-deck circle. Kerrigan Thompson is the third up here to lead off the third for Sacred Heart. Pitch on the way, misses down and in. The count goes even at 1-1. 8-0 the early advantage for Southeast of Saline. 3 runs in the first, 5 in the second. Another swing and a miss at an in-breaking pitch, and Gordine will have to get a little protective here. Gordine, another freshman, batting .333 on the year, slugging .381, 7 hits in the first 8 games. And another strikeout here for Carly Zerflu. 7 outs recorded, all of them via the K. 1 looking, 6 swinging. And the last batter she has not yet faced comes to the plate now. It's Tonley in. Center fielder batting from the right side, tries to square to bunt and pulls it back to take a strike. in the sophomore, utilized in that rollover spot, gets on base at a 700 clip. Here tries to square another bunt. Cannot quite get on top of it, and she's fallen behind in the count at 0-2. The 0-2 offering, swing and a miss. She got her again. 8 strikeouts now for Carly Zerflew. Zerflew has been dominant this year, but this is another level, especially against a Sacred Heart team that, as I mentioned, 6-2 coming into today. Zerflew's been good, but yeah, this is quickly turning into her magnum opus. As Kerrigan Thompson, who started the strikeout parade, is back up for a second time here. No balls, 1 strike. First pitch in for strike 1. This one, not quite going to get the job done. Zerflew bounces it in. And things even up at a ball and a strike. Also, don't forget, thanks to Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes, we have got coverage of both games of this doubleheader and both games of the baseball doubleheader just across the way. 1-1 fouled back to the screen, and the count goes to 1-2. Kerrigan Thompson trying to get anything started for the Lady Knights. They have had 1 base runner. It was Eden Sharpton who walked in the first. 1-2, got her. 9 strikeouts. Carly Zerflew cutting through the lineup, and that'll take us to the home half of the third. We'll step away. We have it when we come back. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, presented today by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community, or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Back here on the campus of Southeast of Saline, the Lady Trojans lead it 8-0, and for Southeast, it will be the 9-1 and 2-hole hitters due up. Madeline McFadden, Reese Heinrich, and Kaya Samuelson to start things off for the Lady Trojans. McFadden grounded out to begin the second inning, but Southeast bats around the order, so they pick up the third just where they started the second. First pitch in for a strike. This ball taken down the line. It is under the glove of the diving Sharpton. They're going to send the runner. No, they'll hold her up. That's the right call as Madeline McFadden is in with a leadoff single for Southeast of Saline, and that'll flip the book back to the top and to Reese Heinrich. Heinrich has reached base twice today, both times on a walk. You wonder if McFadden, the speedy left fielder, might not be long for first. First pitch on the way, squaring to bunt is Heinrich. She gets it down. It's a beauty, and she is in with a bunt single at first. Obviously, you're hoping for a sacrifice when you lay one down there, but when you've got the speed of some of these players, I mean, you might as well, right? Heinrich gets it down, runners at first and second. That'll flip it over to Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson hit an inside the park home run her last time up. Here she squares to bunt. That's into the mitt. The throw back to first, not in time. And that is a good way to get a quick out as the corners were pulled in and Samuelson just got under the bunt. Quick L5 puts one away, brings up Ashley Welchel. Welchel today, a double and a fielder's choice. She's coming to score 2 runs. 2 aboard, 1 away. First pitch, low and outside, and that will bring the count to 1-0. Did go through it a little bit earlier, but for Welchel. You look at the numbers on the year, batting .294, slugging .529. Good pop in her bat. That pitch might have slipped a touch from Bouchard. It's outside for ball 2. Heart of the order due up next. Riley Donnelly, Veda Durfee, Annabelle Sewell if they can get to her. Southeast not content with the 8-run lead, trying to pad onto it here. 2-0 misses away. And the count to 3-0. I know I kind of keep hammering on the stat, but control numbers have been good for Bouchard this year. 20 walks and 7 starts, maybe a touch high, but not what we've seen today. 3-0 in there for a strike. Welchel taking all the way. Will put the bat off the shoulder and swing away freely here. Three-one pitch. Outside, ball 4. And Ashley Welchel will take her base. That will load him up for Riley Donnelly. Well, this is why you batter cleanup. Chance to do just that. Donnelly today, an infield single and an RBI. She also reached on an air. She's come in to score 2 runs for Southeast today. First pitch to Donnelly. Boy, enticed her with the high rise ball. There's always a little extra juice in the bat when you've got the bases loaded. Donnelly eager to try to send that one out to the car line behind left field. The 0-1 in the dirt, gets away. Everyone holds. McFadden's got good speed, but no sense in risking it there. And it looks like Gordine goes down to do a little shoe maintenance. Might have blown a tire. If you blow a tire, head down to Commercial Tire Centers, proud sponsor of today's game. Get yourself a new set. Get them looked at, get them rotated. They can do it all. Commercial Tire Center. The 1-1 misses high, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Riley Donnelly trying to reach base for a 3rd time today. Could become the 3rd Lady Trojan to do that. Heinrich and Welchel have both reached all 3 times. Sewell's got a chance to do it on her next at bat. 2-1. Shot over the glove of Thompson. That will plate 1 run. They will wave the runner around. Second coming home. She is in. And Madeline McFadden and Reese Heinrich both score on a 2 RBI single for Riley Donnelly. Ashley Welchel holds up at second, and here comes Veda Durfee. Durfee has already walked and struck out today. Still looking for her first hit of the doubleheader. First pitch to her, misses high and outside, and the count to 1-0. It's been a combination of patient hitting and just putting it in good spots. Like I said, this is not a Southeast team that does a ton in terms of power. Especially not here with the wind howling in it. Big swing and a miss, and the count goes even a 1-1 here on Durfee. That is also thick, natural grass here in Gypsum. We have seen some balls that typically would roll to the fence on turf, and they just stop. 1-1 in the dirt, blocked there by Holcomb. Count to 2 balls and a strike. In case you weren't with us earlier, Southeast of Saline comes in today at 5-1. Sacred Heart 6-2. SES did not get to play their softball doubleheader on Friday against Abilene. That one was rained out. 2-1 pitch, smacked into left. It's falling fast, and it's down in front of Carrasco, and they send the runner. And a good throw probably would have gotten her. Boy, Bouchard cut the throw off, and that will allow Welchel to score. But I got to be honest, I mean, if they let that ball through, there's a chance they get the tag at the plate. Either way, it's an RBI single for Veda Durfee, and it's runners at first and second for Annabelle Sewell. Welchel in to score, Donnelly up to second, and another meeting in the circle had here as Connor Martin comes out to chat with Bouchard. 1 down in the inning, bottom of the lineup coming to bat soon. While we've got a quick break in the action, would like to remind you that this presentation is brought to you in part by Kansas Bankers Technologies and Techniqual Consulting, your partners in secure banking technology and seamless IT solutions. Also, fans, don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and at SPost Sports on X all season long to see video highlights from around the area, proudly presented by Billings Group. Today's games presented by Juanel Garrettson at Salina Homes. Buy or sell, call Juanel. 11-0 the lead for southeast of Saline. One down here in the third. Annabelle Sowell up to bat. First pitch laced off the glove of Thompson. That's going to be enough for the runner to make it in safely, and everybody moves up a station. And Sowell's big day continues. She's got 3 straight singles to start this doubleheader. Veda Durfee up to second. Riley Donnelly up to third. And here comes Hannah Teal. Teal an RBI double and a pop out today. Stands in from the right side. First pitch lifted up. The wind will blow it, and it will find its way to the other side of the fence. Penn gave it a good run there. Couldn't quite get to it. So the count harmless lead to no balls and a strike here on Teal. 8 of the 9 spots in the order for southeast of Saline have reached base today. 6 of them have scored a run. The 0-1 down and outside, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Would expect to see Sage Gordine get the start for game number 2. You never know, though. Bouchard has 8 of the 9 now. One and one. Pitch on the way. Misses high, gets away momentarily. Holcomb, though, quick to it. Always got to be cautious with these southeast base runners. They're a little bit antsy. 2 balls, 1 strike. Teal the RBI double back in the second. Back up again. 2-1. Fouled back to the screen. And again, it jostles the fence, but not enough to knock us off the air. I have to look into maybe duct taping that or something for game number 2 of the doubleheader. Happy to be on the air. Happy to be back at Gypsum. We'll talk a little more maybe during the second game about how we're able to broadcast from here, a place that was previously inaccessible. But for now, it's the 2-2 pitch. And it is hit softly. They will come to the plate, but a high throw will allow Donnelly to score. Trying to bring it to the plate to prevent the run, but instead it's an RBI single for Teal, and everybody's safe. Bases remain loaded. Durfee at third, Sowell at second. And Peyton Merrill with a chance to do something pretty special here. Pitch to her. Lifted foul. Merrill is still in search of her first hit of the season. Could potentially wrap this game up early. If nothing else, trying to get it back over to McFadden. 0-1 the count. Peyton up to bat, 1 down here. That ball hit out into right, and the catch is made by Sharpton. The runner does not tag. So a line out puts 2 down in the inning for Madeline McFadden. At this point, Sacred Heart just trying to keep the game going. Southeast with a 12-0 lead on the other side. Carly Zerflew has looked borderline untouchable today. First pitch to McFadden, in there for a called strike. A little more confidence perhaps now for Bouchard. Top of the order is looming. Nowhere to put anybody with the bases loaded. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. And McFadden finds herself in a hole here. Madeline McFadden, 1 for 2, a single or unscored, and a ground out back to the pitcher. The 0-2 pitch. Chops it out to the Sacred Heart dugout. Count stays at 0-2. Good defensive swing that time. McFadden trying to stay defensive. Another 0-2 offering, high and away. Good pitch there for Bryn Bouchard. But a better take for McFadden. Would have been tempting to take a cut. Instead, the count is 1-2. 1-2 on the way. Lifted foul down the right field line. Game 2 of this doubleheader will be broadcast right here on the same link. It'll come your way approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Southeast threatening here with the bases loaded, but 2 away. A chance for Sacred Heart to get themselves out of the jam. The 1-2 in the dirt, and the count is even at 2 apiece. I feel like this is also where Southeast may get a little less aggressive on the base paths. No need to chance making that last out at home. Two and two, Madeline McFadden. Back in the box. 2-2 pitch, could take. Boy, McFadden was ready to chase that, cocked the wrists back, and then somehow held up. And it's a 3-2 count with the bases loaded. Payoff pitch. High and outside, ball 4, and another run will come to the plate, and so will Reese Heinrich. It's the rare RBI walk for McFadden. It brings Durfee in. Annabelle Sowell up to third, Hannah Teal up to second. And Reese Heinrich, who bunted her way aboard back in the second inning, trying to reach base for the 4th time today. First pitch to her in there for a called strike. I think she wanted to see one, and now she has seen it. Heinrich today, 2 walks and a bunt single. 0-1 on the way, and now Heinrich in an 0-2 hole. Southeast has done the hard work here. 3 across in the first, 5 in the second. Another 5 in the third so far. The 0-2. Low for ball 1. That's a pro take by Heinrich. I would have swung. But then again, I don't hit nearly as well as anybody out there for either team. 2 talented groups of athletes battling it out in gypsum today. 1-2 to Heinrich. Fouled off again. That wind continues to howl. It's blowing basically flat down the third base line. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch to Heinrich. She gets a hold of it. It will get down, and that should do it. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs in to score. And with a 15-0 lead, that is the ball game. Reese Heinrich walks it off with a 2 RBI double. We're back with the Commercial Tire Center post-game report when we return. Back in a bit. Coverage of today's games are presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Welcome back in here. It's the Commercial Tire Center post-game report. Southeast of Saline make short work of the opener. They get the win by run rule victory 15-0 over Sacred Heart. Kind of a bit of a surprising result, at least given the fact that, again, Southeast comes in 5-1. This Sacred Heart program had been on a tear, but, yeah, just not able to get it rolling in the first game. And a lot of that had to do with our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game, Carly Zerflew, who faced 10 batters. She set down 9 of them with strikeouts and made it look awfully easy in the process. Not a perfect game. She did give up the walk to Eden Sharpton, but she follows up a 3-inning perfect game with a 3-inning no-hitter. And you go back and you look at the sample size for the last 6 innings and 2 games pitched for Carly Zerflew, and the numbers have been immaculate across the board. So a 15-0 win here in the opener for Southeast. Of course, the win goes to Carly Zerflew. The loss will go to Bryn Bouchard. And for the Lady Trojans, they scratched 3 of those runs across in the first. They got 5 of those runs in the second and 7 runs in the third. The quote-unquote walk-off hit, an RBI double that brought in 2 for Reese Heinrich. It was her 4th at-bat of the day. She reached base safely in all 4 of her plate appearances. And it will also go down as our smart play of the game, presented by Smart Insurance, with locations in Abilene, Harrington, and Salina. That'll wrap it up for game number 1. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hit game number 2 of this doubleheader. Also, don't forget, we've got coverage all day from Gypsum, not only for softball, but for baseball across the diamond as well. All 4 games are brought to you by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes. Buy or sell, call Juan L. Step away, take a 30-minute break. We're back with game 2 of the doubleheader when we return. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Game 1 in the books. Game number 2 ready to roll here from the campus of southeast of Saline. And the first pitch for SES is in there for a called strike as we've got a brand new ball game between southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart. 15-0, the run roll win in game number 1 for the Lady Trojans. Off to a good start here with back-to-back strikes. And we'll get you more information here in just a moment. Again, still trying to catch up on the book here in between games. Third pitch misses away. Good take there by the leadoff hitter in Kerrigan Thompson for Sacred Heart. 1-2 the count here to open up this game. Pitch on the way, misses high. And the count goes from 0-2 to 2-2. 2-2 offering. Outside for ball 3 and a good patient at bat, at least to start here. Kerrigan Thompson's battled her way all the way back. 3-2 popped up. This one finds its way up and back behind the screen. In the circle for southeast of Saline is Hannah Teal. She is making her 4th appearance. This ball slapped into the gap in left center field. That gets down. It'll roll halfway to the fence. Turning and thinking about 2 here is Kerrigan Thompson. And it's a leadoff double for Sacred Heart. Their first hit of the day comes on their first plate appearance of game number 2 of the doubleheader here. Again, we'll get you the lineup here in just a moment. This pitch in for a called strike. So for Sacred Heart, Kerrigan Thompson led things off with the double. Here it's catcher Bailey Holcomb. She'll take a pitch outside. The count goes even at 1-1. Batting in the 3-hole, it's right fielder Eden Sharpton, then shortstop Lauren Penn in the cleanup spot today. DP Ariana Rivas is in the 5-hole, followed by third baseman Bryn Bouchard, first baseman Brooke Patterson, starting pitcher Sage Gordine, and center fielder Tonley in. 2-1 the count here early. Thompson already aboard at second base. The pitch on the way, that is just a touch high, maybe a touch inside, and the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. In the circle, Hannah Teal, the sophomore, making her 3rd start of the season, her 4th appearance of the year. Take a look at the numbers, a 4.67 ERA, 2 strikeouts, and now 2 walks as Holcomb able to reach base safely. Did go through the numbers at the end of game number 1, but for Carly Zerflew, it was 10 up, 9 down, 9 strikeouts. The only base runner to reach did so on a walk. So just a dominant effort for her. She turns the ball over now to Hannah Teal. Teal starts the next batter, Eden Sharpton with a 1-0 count. Sharpton digs back in, pitch comes home, and it's in there for a strike. That'll even things up at 1-1. Coverage of all 4 games, 2 baseball, 2 softball here at Gypsum between southeast of Saline and Sacred Heart. All of them brought to you by Juanelle Garrettson at Salina Homes. I want to thank Juanelle for all of her support of southeast of Saline athletics and, of course, of our broadcast coverage of these games. Good looking pitch inside, evens the count up, though, at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Also want to say a special thank you to Salina Used Cars, Dr. Andrew Westbrook at Maury Clinic, and the Bennington State Bank for helping it to bring you coverage of today's games. Count here even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Southeast of Saline looking for a sweep here. Sacred Heart looking to secure at the very least the split. The 2-2. Check swing inside, and they will say, yep, she went around. And that's strike 3. So Eden Sharpton strikes out. It's the first out of the inning. And it will turn things over to Lauren Penn, the cleanup hitter. Excellent chance for Penn to get something started. First pitch popped up. That'll find its way back to the home crowd here, sitting just behind us. 88 degrees, plenty of sunshine, and 54-mile-an-hour wind gusts here in Salina today. This one misses just inside. The count goes even to a ball and a strike. Lauren Penn, on the season, the freshman, batting .350, slugging .500. Has 5 RBI, 12 runs scored, and 3 doubles already this campaign. So she has been excellent to start the 2026 season. 2-1. Tipped back off the mask of the Southeast catcher. Actually, they're going to say that got her. Okay. So that'll load the bases. Penn hit by the pitch. Looked like it found its way off the bat, but they say that it hit Penn. And so that kind of changes the scenario a little bit here, is now if you're Southeast, you go from dominating the opener to risking giving up some big runs potentially here at the top of game number 2. Ariana Rivas, the DP, will be the next to grab a bat as they are taking a minute to make sure that their catcher is okay. I mean, obviously that was kind of a shot off the mask of Annabelle Sowell. And they're tending to Sowell a bit. A long conversation between Sowell and Coach Smith. This game got underway about 4:25. It was a quick game number 1 between these two. Sowell appears to be none the worse for wear. And yeah, she will take a couple of practice pitches here and make sure that she is, in fact, okay. Always tough when it's the glove hand, and she's tough, says she's good to go. We pick up the action here. Bases loaded for Ariana Rivas. First pitch, swing and a miss. Rivas, the DP, good numbers this year, but like many of her teammates, went just 0 for 1 with a strikeout in that opener. Here, swings through a rise ball and falls behind at 1-2. Sun's starting to set behind a couple of clouds here in Gypsum. 2-strike pitch, gets through, runner coming to the plate, and yeah, they're going to have her dead to rights. I don't know what Kerrigan Thompson was thinking. Tried to come home on a ball that barely got past Sowell. She picks it up and easily tags out the runner. Everyone does move up, and now it's 2 down. Runners on second and third, and one more good pitch could get Teal out of this inning unscathed. Just about had it there, but Rivas does what she needs to do and keeps herself in the hunt here. Another ball fouled back to the screen. Rivas continues to battle. Not going down without a fight. But now the whole situation changes because if you're Southeast, you don't even have to worry about the runner at the plate. You've got 2 down. Just get the out at first. Doesn't even need the out at first. Strike 3 swinging. And despite having the bases loaded and only 1 out, Sacred Heart comes up empty. We go to the home half of inning number 1, Southeast up to bat. When we come back, coverage of this doubleheader presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
Welcome back in just in time for the first pitch of the bottom half of the inning. And boy, Reese Heinrich picks up right where she left off. If you handed that ball to Reese Heinrich and you said, hey, roll it where you want it, that's where she'd put it. Second bunt single of the day for Reese Heinrich, and Southeast has the leadoff runner aboard. Sacred Heart got the bases loaded with only 1 out. Did not score. A runner cut down trying to take home on a passed ball that did not get far beyond Soel. And that brings us here. Kaya Samuelson up to bat, faces up on the bunt. Heinrich in with a steal of second. Easy work for her. Reese Heinrich led things off with a bunt single here at center fielder Kaya Samuelson, then third baseman Ashley Welchel. Right fielder Riley Donnelly in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth at second baseman Veda Durfee, then catcher Annabelle Soel, pitcher Hannah Teal, right fielder Mackenzie Redder, and first baseman Carly Zerflu. This ball given a ride in the gap in left center field. That takes a couple of hops to the fence, and it will score a run. Samuelson, they're going to wave her home. Samuelson coming to the plate, slides in, safe. Kaya Samuelson, her second inside the park home run of the day. What in the world? And that is going to put the Lady Trojans up 2-0. Tyler Smith started sending her around the corner from the very beginning. They were never going to let her hold up at third. It's a solid throw, but boy, you don't see an inside the park home run much ever, much less 2 in one day by the same player. Ridiculous stuff. Ashley Welchel the next to grab a bat. That in the dirt. 4-1. In the circle is Sage Gordine, the freshman, making her second start of the season, her 4th appearance. She's tossed 7 innings so far, a 3 ERA, a 1.86 whip, 6 strikeouts to 6 walks. Here a jam shot, but that is going to fall in the Bermuda Triangle out in left, and Ashley Welchel has a no-out knock to restart the party. Southeast with a runner aboard and nobody out. Riley Donnelly up to bat next. Everybody contributed in that 15-0 win earlier today for Southeast of Saline. 8 of the 9 spots in the order scored a run. Here, squaring to bunt down the line. That thing dies and everyone's safe again. Riley Donnelly now a run down between third, but there's nobody at third base, and they did not get her. Ashley Welchel turned the corner. There was nobody covering third, and Welchel slides up to third on the bunt single. Weird day so far. A bunt single, a 2-run inside the park home run, a single, and a bunt single. And now a conversation going to be had between Connor Martin and the lead official. Wanted an explanation. Tough play regardless. Nobody covering third. I mean, that's heads-up base running for Welchel just to know the situation and see that there was nobody they could throw to. And I believe our umpiring crew going to get together here and talk it over. Worst case scenario for Southeast, it's 1 down and 2 aboard. Or I should say 1 down and 1 aboard, with Veda Durfee at the plate. More often than not, they're going to go with whatever they called on the field initially. And at least in this case, that call was safe. But we'll see here. Durfee, Soel, and Hannah Teal, your 3 due up for Southeast of Saline. This is a bit of a longer conversation than what we typically see. While we do have camera angles, there is no instant replay in high school baseball or softball. Boy, would that be a mess. And, yep, they will stay with the ruling on the field of safe. So runners on second and third. Veda Durfee at the plate. And Southeast of Saline looking to add to a 2-0 lead here in the home half of the first. Durfee digs in, first pitch in the dirt. One and 0 the count. Durfee digs back in. Veda Durfee, an RBI single, a walk, and a strikeout in game one of this doubleheader. Here takes on the inner half of the plate for a called strike. Still nobody out for Southeast of Saline. Great chance to add a few more runs. The 1-1. Also in. High and inside, low and inside, both for strikes. And a great chance now for Sage Gordine to potentially pick up her first strikeout of the day, her first out of the day. The 1-2 pitch, down and away, and the count goes to 2-2. In the field, Holcomb behind the dish. It's Patterson over at first, Thompson at second, Penn at short, and Bichard at third. In the outfield from left to right, Carrasco, in, and Sharpton. And a high pitch at the letters will fill the count. It is 3-2 here to Veda Durfee. First base is open, but you don't want to walk them loaded. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one slapped hard down the line, but foul. And the count will remain full here for at least one more pitch. Gordine brings it home. That ball hit on a line, falling fast, and it will get down in front of in. The runner takes off for third. The other runner takes off for second, but the tag is not in time. So more heads-up base running allows Veda Durfee to turn an RBI single into a quick two-bagger. Donnelly around to third. Ashley Welchel in to score, and the Lady Trojans lead it 3-0. Two aboard, nobody away. Annabelle Sowell grabs a bat. Sowell has been a one-woman wrecking crew today. 3 singles, 3 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI. Every time she's come up to bat today, something good's happened for Southeast of Saline. Pitch on the way, and she might have done it again. Yeah, that's going to be a 2 RBI knock. The question is, will it be a single or will it be a double? Kind of caught in between bags, but able to move up to second. And Annabelle Sowell with a 2 RBI double. Southeast keeps the hit parade going. They lead it 5-0. Everybody getting in on the fun for Southeast right now. Hannah Teal trying to help her cause as today's starting pitcher. Tips it foul down the third base line. Southeast staying aggressive on the base paths, doing what they need to do. Teal digs in, the 0-1 pitch. Swings at one outside. We'll have to be a little more cautious here. Southeast shifting things up in the field. We'll talk more about that on the other side of the break. 0-2, swing at one outside. Throw down to first is in time. That's the first out of the inning as Hannah Teal is down, but Sowell able to slide up to third. And a chance now for Mackenzie Redder to bring in another as Southeast with the 5-0 lead. Pitch on the way, good bunt. Picked up and just trying to run the base runner back to the bag, and they got her. So a bunt single for Mackenzie Redder. And the runner tagged out at third as Annabelle Sowell tried to bait a throw, and one never came. That's a heads-up play by Gordine. So Redder aboard at second off the bunt single. And the 9-hole hitter, Carly Zerflew, up to bat. Zerflew taking her first AB of the day. First pitch to her, in for a called strike. Coming into this doubleheader, Southeast of Saline had 2 home runs. Both of them belonged to Carly Zerflew. Had an inside the Parker and a grand slam against Republic County. Here laces one down the line, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. I know I said something similar back in the first inning of the first game of this doubleheader, but honestly, if Sacred Heart can get out of this half inning only down by 5, that's really not a bad thing, all things considered. Pitch to Zerflew, down and away, and the count goes to 1-2. Bit of a waste pitch there for Gordine. Not offering is Zerflew. One-two pitch in there for a called strike 3, and that will put a stop to the first inning, but not before Southeast puts 5 on the board. They take a 5-0 lead into inning number 2. We'll have it for you when we return. Coverage of this doubleheader presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush in a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush the freakishly fast frog.
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
Welcome back in here on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School as we go to inning number 2. Coverage of this doubleheader presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes. Buy or sell, call 1-0. Also, don't forget that this presentation is brought to you in part by Kansas Bankers Technologies and by Techniqual Consulting, your partners in secure banking technologies and seamless IT solutions. Southeast of Saline off to a good start. Sacred Heart still in search of their first run of the day. They had a really good chance to get it back in the top of the first. Kerrigan Thompson doubled. Bailey Holcomb walked to strike out to Sharpton, and then catcher's interference loaded the bases with only one out. But Thompson made the out trying to take home on a passed ball, and a strikeout of Rivas ended the inning without a run. Bryn Bouchard, Brooke Patterson, and Sage Gordine to lead off the second here for Sacred Heart. Lady Knights back to work. The 0-2 count. Teal brings home the pitch. That ball hit on a line just over the glove of Durfee. And it's a leadoff single for Bryn Bouchard to start things off here in the second. Speaking of which, let's take you around the horn for Southeast of Saline. Annabelle Sowell is your starting catcher for game number 2. Carly Zerflew over at first. Veda Durfee at second. Reese Heinrich at short. Ashley Welchel, your starting third baseman. And then in the outfield from left to right, you've got Redder, Samuelson, and Donnelly. No DP for Southeast in this game. They're going to bat through standard 9. Next pitch missing away. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. Brooke Patterson up to bat. The first baseman taking her second plate appearance of the day. The 1-1 misses high, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. In case you weren't with us earlier, Southeast took the opener 15-0 in run rule fashion. And Carly Zerflew faced 10, struck out 9. Kerrigan Thompson was the only player with more than one plate appearance. Here it's taken to Heinrich, who goes the short way back across, and the throw dropped. So a fielder's choice puts Patterson aboard at first, but Southeast gets the lead runner. And that's just as well for the Lady Trojans as Sage Gourdine grabs a bat for the first time here in game number 2. Gourdine, the pitcher of record, trying to help her team get some runs back in the second here. First pitch, it's a ball. Sun's starting to set, conditions starting to cool. The wind, dare I say it, maybe cooling down a little bit. 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss, attempted a back pick, not in time. But it will bring the count even at a ball and a strike here to Gourdine. Same lineup 1 through 9 for Sacred Heart. Couple of switch-ups in the field. Pitch away, count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Gourdine back in the box, the 2-1. Big swing and a miss, and the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-1. This is up. I think the scoreboard was wrong. That was not 3-1. Now it's 3-2. 2-2, now 3-2. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. And Hannah Teal has her 3rd strikeout of the day. 2 down in the inning for Tonley in. Take a look at our area scoreboard. We've got some other finals to let you know about. Over on the baseball diamond as the first pitch to in misses up and in. Southeast of Saline got the 13-2 victory over Sacred Heart. 11 hits for Southeast to 5 for the Knights. 1-0 pitch. This is outside. Count goes to 2-0. Mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. Coverage of all 4 games from Gypsum today, presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes. You can catch these games live. You can catch them on demand. Always available on our YouTube channel. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hannah Teal back to work, facing Tonley in. And right down the pipe, a fastball. Tried to challenge her in, didn't want to swing at it. And the count goes to 2-2. Teal trying to get out of the inning. And misses a touch high to fill the count. You got the top of the order looming next. Kerrigan Thompson, Bailey Holcomb, Eden Sharpton, and those will be the ones to start the next inning as Tonley in watches it go by. 4 strikeouts for Hannah Teal. We'll take a break. We're back in a bit. It's coverage of our game of the week. It's brought to you by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Things cooling off a bit here in Gypsum as we go to the home half of inning number 2. Still a 5-0 lead for the Lady Trojans of Southeast of Saline. In the top of the order to start things off, Reese Heinrich, Kaya Samuelson, and Ashley Welchel. Those 3 started this game with a bang, a bunt single, a 2-run inside the park home run, and a single. And time is called as, well, you might want that. Sage Gourdine, I think, forgot the face protector, and they will go out and make sure that she's got that. Don't know a pitcher in the state that's not going to utilize one of those, and you wonder if Gordine just forgot. But, yeah, they'll run that out, make sure that she is protected. And we are ready to resume. The first 6 batters all reached base. The first 5 all came in to score at least a run. That all happened in the bottom of the first. First pitch here in the dirt. Reese Heinrich will leave it. Heinrich has been on a tear today. Everybody for Southeast has looked good, but Heinrich has been arguably the best. 2 walks, 2 singles, including a 2 RBI double that ended the first game via the mercy rule. Picked up right where she left off with a bunt single to start this game off. Trying to keep herself perfect on the day. Of course, she also threw the no-hitter in 3 innings, giving up just the 1 walk in game number 1. 2-0 pitch in the dirt. And the one thing you can't do is put Heinrich aboard for free, because if you let her aboard at first, she's going to be at third very quickly. Heinrich, one of the most aggressive base runners in the state. 3-0 pitch on the way, in for a strike. A big nod for Heinrich. Obviously taking all the way. If you're going to get a 4-pitch walk, you take it. Now she will take the bat off the shoulder, free to swing away. 3-1 pitch from Gordine. It's outside, ball 4. And Heinrich, for the 3rd time today, will take her base with a leadoff walk to turn things over to Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson has accomplished one of the stranger feats you'll ever see today. She has 2 inside the park home runs. Pitch out. The goal of that is to throw an intentional pitch to try and stop Reese Heinrich. It's just not possible. Good break there for Heinrich. I mean, that's literally Gordine giving up a ball in the count to try to throw the runner out at second. And she was in there by quite a bit. 1-0. Hit on a line in and out of the mitt of Bouchard. That was almost a hot shot out. Instead, give Kaya Samuelson an infield single. And Southeast begins the second as they did the first, with the first 2 runners aboard, and Ashley Welchel coming to the plate. Welchel singled and scored back in that first inning. Saw Southeast bring 5 runs across. Next pitch, misses upstairs. Count goes to 1-0. Other games happening in our area. Got some finals to let you know about. Get to those in just a moment. The 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss outside, and everybody will move up by 60 feet. Wild pitch will put Samuelson at second, puts Heinrich at third. Ellsworth's baseball team falls to Ellenwood 21-12. Ellsworth softball falls to Ellenwood 12-7. That was the second game of the doubleheader. Ellsworth's baseball team beat Ellenwood 9-5 in the first game, and Ellsworth softball also secured a split. They won 13-0 in their first game. Over on the baseball diamond, Southeast took care of business, a 13-2 win over Sacred Heart. Of course, in game number 1 of this softball doubleheader, it was 15-0 SES. Southeast trying to continue to do more damage, up by 5. Another pitch, 2-0 high. Everybody holds up. Got the solid wood back here, and I mean anything solid off the planks is just going to come right back to the catcher. So there's no point in doing anything silly there. Heinrich knew it. She held up at third. 3-0 pitch down the pipe. Welchel can take the bat off the shoulder now. Clouds continue to roll in here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. Welchel gets way under it, and it will find its way right there to the Sacred Heart dugout. We do have some games currently in progress. Sacred Heart baseball up 3-0 on Southeast of Saline over on the baseball diamond. That game you can tune in for live as well here on the Salina Post Sports Network. Here the 3-1 hot shot back to the pitcher, and a quick out recorded. That is exactly what the doctor ordered, a quick out, and it does not allow a run to score. It brings up Riley Donnelly. Elsewhere in the state, Chapman baseball down 4-1 to Rock Creek. Chapman softball up 1-0 to Rock Creek. That's an electric doubleheader. Marysville leads Abilene softball 1-0. Abilene baseball up 1-0 on Marysville. Hayesville campus up 8-2 on Salina South. That's a baseball score. Over on the softball side, South leads campus 6-4. Central softball up 4-0 on Andover Central. Bennington baseball up 5-2 on Republic County. Here it's a shot down the third base line. Salina Central baseball leads Andover Central 3-0. And I believe the final score of the day to let you know about, Bennington softball up 15-1 on Republic County. 1 ball, 1 strike. Riley Donnelly at the plate, a bunt single already back in the first inning. Pitch on the way, misses high, and the count goes to 2-1. SES looking for their first runs of the second inning.
Insurance is something.
Pitch on the way. This ball lifted up on the infield and caught by Bouchard for the second out of the inning. So an infield ground out and an infield pop out have kept the runners at bay. And now a great chance for Sacred Heart to get out of the inning unscathed. Only needing one more. It'll have to come against Veda Durfee, who had an RBI single to drive in one of those 5 runs back in the first. Durfee came in to score herself on the RBI double by Annabelle Sowell. Sowell, of course, in the on-deck circle now. The 1-0 misses high, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Sage Gordine looking for a scoreless second. 2-0 misses high. Had a lot of 3-0 counts in this game. But then a lot of times we've seen Gordine battle back and even get back ahead of the hitter. 3-0, yep, taking all the way. That's been the key. Veda Durfee watches it go. Even for as well as Southeast is hit today, you're probably not turning on the light with a 3-0 count. 3-1 to Durfee, called strike on the inside. The ball gets behind the pitcher and a run comes in to score. Boy, Reese Heinrich is the epitome of you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. In this case, you make a bad throw, she'll take 60 feet. Roll that at E2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Durfee at the plate. Pitch on the way, that's ball 4. The runner will move up to third. I think Durfee didn't realize that was ball 4. She'll take her base now. And now Durfee caught in a rundown, and she's going to be safe at second, and the run comes in to score. Kaya Samuelson swiped second on the walk, and then just comes in to score when no one's looking. So Southeast just generating 2 runs out of thin air. And Veda Durfee to second base on a walk. Hey, you don't see that every day. 7-0 Southeast lead. Annabelle Sowell at the plate. Her first pitch fouled away. Sowell has rivaled Heinrich for the best day at the plate. 4 for 4 with 5 RBI and 4 runs scored. She has been a machine today. 0-1 pitch, drifting out to right. It falls, and add another RBI to Annabelle Sowell's excellent day, and now she'll slide up and swipe second base. Southeast continues this 2-out rally, and the Lady Trojan lead is now 8-0. Southeast with another runner in scoring position. Hannah Teal now at the plate. Teal with a chance to add on to a good day herself, and also a chance to give herself some run support from the circle. First pitch misses upstairs for a ball. Sowell toying with the catcher a bit, hanging off of second base. One 1-0 the count. Teal 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. This one gets up and over. And turning the corner for a moment and then holding up is Annabelle Sowell. Wild pitches have been a problem today for Sacred Heart. It's allowed a couple of free runs to come in for Southeast. Part of the 8-0 lead here in the second. Two-0 pitch, shot down the line and foul. And the count to 2-1. Gordine trying to get out of the inning with just the 3 runs given up. Teal thinking about bringing in a 4th. Wind continues to howl in. Like I said, bad day to try to muscle one out of here. The 2-1 in the dirt. Good stop there by Holcomb. Does just enough to stop it. In case we didn't go through it earlier, Holcomb behind the dish, Patterson at first, Thompson at second, Penn at short, Bouchard at third. The outfield from left to right. Carrasco in and Sharpton. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mackenzie Redder in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 3-1. That misses, and it's ball 4. Hannah Teal will take her base, and that brings up Mackenzie Redder, who bunted for a single her first time up, and I believe, yep, we're going to have a courtesy runner in for Southeast of Saline, as Elizabeth Shaw comes in to run for Hannah Teal. Might be a pertinent time to let you know. Thing number 1, we'll have coverage of Southeast of Saline softball coming your way this Thursday. That is a time change. Originally, the games against Chapman scheduled for Friday. We'll have them on Thursday at 3 o'clock. Runner goes down to second, and she is in without a throw. Shaw credit for the stolen base. So our next game of the week, this Thursday, Southeast of Saline and Chapman, right here in Gypsum. 3 o'clock start for the doubleheader. Second pitch high, count goes to 2-0 here on Redder. Redder, a sophomore, batting .300 on the year. No extra base hits just yet. 2-0. In there for a called strike. Catches the outer half. And the count to 2-1. Boy, that wind just continues to howl in. It's also nice to be here. This is the first time I've been here with the new turf. Of course, Mammoth Construction laying the turf for the baseball, softball diamonds, and of course the football field as well. 2-1 up the middle should be easy work, and it is. And that will end the second inning, but not before Southeast strikes for 3 more runs. They take an 8-0 lead into the third inning. We'll step away. We're back with it in just a bit. Coverage of today's games brought to you by Juanel Garrettson at Salina Homes. Buy or sell, call Juanel.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Welcome back to the ballpark as we go to the top of the third inning. It'll be the top of the Lady Knight lineup. Kerrigan Thompson, Bailey Holcomb, and Eden Sharpton to lead off the inning. First pitch misses just a touch outside for Hannah Teal. So far, so good for Teal. She's given up just the 2 hits. No runs. She has stranded 3, including 2 in scoring position for a Lady Knight squad. Still looking for their first runs of the doubleheader. Of course, Southeast won the opener 15-0. So far, an 8-0 lead for an SES team that is now 6-1 on the year. Sacred Heart 6-3. Trying to bounce back and get themselves back into this game. Still far from being out of reach. But Southeast off to an excellent start. And like I said, trying to keep that momentum up here. The 3-0 misses in the dirt. And it's another 4-pitch walk. This one to Kerrigan Thompson. Puts her aboard at second, brings up Bailey Holcomb, who reached on a 4-pitch walk herself. That came back in the top of the first. Sacred Hearts had their opportunities throughout the course of the day. They had the bases loaded with 1 out in the first inning of this one. Squaring to bunt, getting it down. That'll be scooped up by Welchel. Throw to first in time, and nobody covering third, so Southeast gets a little taste of their own medicine as Kerrigan Thompson moves up to third on the sacrifice bunt. Just a delayed response from Redder out in left. And just like that, Thompson 60 feet away as Eden Sharpton steps to the plate. That state champion, Eden Sharpton. Mentioned it during game number 1 of our doubleheader, but of course Sacred Heart girls basketball, your 2A state champions. First ever state title for the girls basketball program, and well, you look up and down at this lineup and you see some familiar faces. Eden Sharpton, Bryn Bouchard, Tonley in. Here a pitch that's up and in, and the count goes to 1-1. Sharpton 0 for 1 with a strikeout in this game. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts across the doubleheader. 1-1 pitch, popped up and foul. That'll find its way back to the backstop. And they will reset with a 1-2 count. It's gone from straight up sunshine to very overcast. Very quickly here in Gypsum today. The 1-2, high and tight, and the count evens at 2 apiece. Two on the way, right off the umpire, I believe. Appears to be none the worse for wear. And right back to the action here with a 2-2 count. Here it's 12-2. Across the way, it's still a 3-0 lead for the Sacred Heart Knights on the baseball side of things. And here it's a ball laced down the line, but foul. Would have easily played to the first run of the day. Instead, Sharpton has to turn around and come back. And a quick correction on my part, Sharpton was the only player to reach back in the first game of this doubleheader. She reached on a walk. The 2-2. Outside, ball 3, and the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away in the inning. Payoff pitch. Fouled away, we'll do it again. Sharpton hanging tough and giving it all she can with Hannah Teal. I mentioned those wind gusts. They're gusting up to 45 miles an hour, basically blowing straight in from center field. Probably not getting one out today. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hannah Teal gets a crucial second out. Comes on her 5th strikeout of the day. So Lauren Penn, who reached on catcher's interference her first time up. The next to grab a bat here for Sacred Heart. 2 down in the inning. Kerrigan Thompson standing aboard at third, represents what could be the first run of the day in either game of this doubleheader for the Lady Knights. 1-1 the count. Penn stands back in. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Hannah Teal has looked really good today. Usually opponents hit 309 off of her, but 5 strikeouts so far. Almost made it 6. A good-looking pitch just off the plate, and the count goes to 2-2. Teal, 2 strikeouts in the first, 2 strikeouts in the second, 2 strikeouts in the third. That will wrap up the top half of the third inning. We're back with the home half when we return. Coverage of all 4 games between Southeast and Sacred Heart today, presented by 1L Garrettson. Buy or sell, call 1L.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
At Maury Clinic Sports Medicine, we are available when you need us most. I'm Dr. Andrew Westbrook, and I am the sports medicine physician at Maury Clinic. I see patients of all ages and help them come back stronger than ever. From broken bones to joint pain, my team and I are committed to help you do more. For those with sports injuries, come see us at our sports medicine walk-in clinic Monday and Thursday mornings from 8 to 9 a.m. Prevent, recover, and strengthen so you can perform your best. Maury Clinic Sports Medicine. Make your move with confidence.
Welcome back in on the campus of Southeast of Saline High School. A quick reminder, this presentation is brought to you in part by Kansas Bankers Technologies and Techniqual Consulting, your partners in secure banking technology and seamless IT solutions. Also, fans, don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and at SPost Sports on X after the game to see video highlights from around the area, proudly presented by Billings Group. To the home half of the third we go. It's 9-1-2 due up for Southeast of Saline. Carly Zerflew, Reese Heinrich, and Kaya Samuelson. And I'm going to let you behind the curtain a little bit. You may remember a season ago, we didn't do any games here in Gypsum. I had the new turf, great facilities, obviously Southeast of Saline. You know, one of the primary schools we cover, and Sacred Heart, another primary school that we cover. And, you know, had some games between these two here and a couple of other good games, but this has been a place historically we have not been able to get any signal to do games. And, you know, in order to stream live video here on YouTube, it really does take a strong signal. So this has kind of been a no-go zone for us. We had tried some different things as Heinrich slaps this ball foul down the third base line. Well, if all else fails, innovate. And thanks to the good folks at Kansas Bankers Technologies and Techniqual Consulting, big sponsorship for them, and we love their support, but helped us to procure a Starlink unit. And we're actually doing today's games off of satellite. This ball lifted down the line, and Heinrich is out as Bouchard makes the catch. That'll flip things back to the top of the book and to Reese Heinrich. So I just wanted to throw that shout out to Kansas Bankers Technologies and Techniqual Consulting. And like I said, it's our first time ever trying to utilize this here in a spot that we've typically not been able to get signal. But if you're watching this game, it is happening on satellite for the first time ever in the history of Salina Post Sports. So pretty cool stuff. We get back to the action here. It's an 8-0 lead for Southeast of Saline, and Reese Heinrich has not recorded an out today. This might be the first as she pops it up, and well, no, it will not be. It boots Penn, and Heinrich's thinking too. So it's another error on the infield for Sacred Heart, and Southeast will happily capitalize as Kaya Samuelson comes to the dish for the third time today. Samuelson 2 for 2, an inside the park home run and an infield single. She has also come in to score 2 runs today. 1 down in the inning. Another inning of work for Gordine. First pitch gets past the catcher, and there is another 60 feet for Reese Heinrich. Heinrich reached on the bunt single, stole second, reached on a walk, stole second, reached third on the wild pitch, came in to score on an error, reached on an error, moved up to second on the error, and then reached third on a pass ball. Like I said, she gets aboard. She's probably going to third base and in a hurry. Tyler Smith making the play down that third base line doing his best to fight the elements as the sun peeks out here from behind the clouds in Gypsum. Still a toasty one, close to 90 degrees right now. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count here to Kaya Samuelson, and it's off her foot. And another free base given here to Samuelson. Speaking of players who will probably not be standing at first for very long, I would imagine Samuelson likely going to take off. Ashley Welchel at the dish, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored in this game. 8-0 Southeast of Saline lead. First pitch on the way, taken up the middle. That'll score a run. It's an RBI knock for Ashley Welchel. And Southeast of Saline takes a 9-0 lead. Another good piece of hitting for Welchel. This has been, talking with Coach Smith, looking at the numbers, covering the team for the first few weeks of the season, this is probably the hottest the bats have been for Southeast of Saline. Here it's a little nubber, and that will find its way back to the fencing. It's not like Southeast has been bad offensively, but you look at their wins, 1-0, 2-0, 8-5, and then, of course, the drubbings of a pretty dismal Republic County team. But it's been crazy to see the offensive output today against a very good Sacred Heart unit. This ball in the dirt, runner almost takes off, holding up as the count goes even at 1-1. Southeast up 9-0. 1 away in the inning. Pitch on the way. In the dirt, runner takes off for third. And there will not be a throw as both runners advance. So give a stolen base to Samuelson and to Welchel. And now it's 2 in scoring position for Riley Donnelly. Donnelly laid down a bunt single in the first. She popped out on the infield in the second. 2-1. Struck well, but the wind will aid that. I think even on a still day, that's probably a foul ball. Finds its way out of play. 1 down here for Southeast. They've done all this damage on the strength of 9 hits. They scored 3 on the strength of just 2 hits in that second inning. The 2-2. Hit down the line and foul. So the count stays at 2 apiece. Donnelly comes back and we'll do it again. Riley Donnelly in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Reached base 3 times, a bunt single, a single, and an error. Also came in to score 3 runs. Herself and Welchel came in to score all 3 times they came up to bat. This one taken into left field. That's going to score 1 run. They will go ahead and wave the runner, and the aggressive base running continues. Southeast of Saline plating 2 as both Samuelson and Welchel come in to score. Rule it a 2 RBI single for Riley Donnelly, and Southeast leads 11-0. This has been such a team effort across the board, and we're going to have a freshman into bat for Veda Durfee. And that is going to be, looks like Elizabeth Shaw. Yep. So Shaw up to bat as a pinch hitter. True freshman here for Southeast of Saline. Getting a look and looking for the first hit of her career. Takes the first pitch in for a called strike. You wonder if Gordine may be a little more prone to Pitch on the way, lifted up in the air, out to left field, coming in, and making the catch is Carrico. And it's 2 down. Apologies for that again. There is having some issues with the power supply behind home plate, making things a little bit tricky here. Looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter for southeast of Saline. Trying to see who that might be next to grab a bat. Again, we do apologize for the quick technical blip there. Believe we're back and ready to go here. Donnelly still aboard at second. And it will be Brecken Widemark, the freshman, next up to bat here. Widemark, like Shaw before her, in search of her first career hit. Swings at the first pitch she sees and sends it foul down that third base line. So far in Widemark's freshman campaign, she has a walk and a run scored, just like Shaw. 11-0, the early lead here. Southeast looking to hold it. Be a 1 pitch in the dirt. Runner between second and third. Will they throw it down? No, they will not. Donnelly dancing around off the bag. Like I said, trying to incite a bad throw, and heads up play there on the other side by Eden Sharpton not to bite. 1-1 the count. This ball chopped foul, and it'll be 1-2 now for Widemark. What the heck? Can one of you guys help me set this back up? I just gotta make sure none of this stuff falls. Thanks. Oh. Cool. Thanks, guys. Well, just a day for little adventures here in Gypsum. Never had half the table fall on me before. I think we're still on the air. Yes, we are. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Southeast still up to bat. Thanks. Pitch in the dirt. Runner goes down, and that's going to lead to everybody moving up a station. Sorry, still trying to catch up from that little debacle. So, it's a walk to Widemark, and it brings up, I think, a third pinch hitter here for Southeast. Riley Donnelly slides up in the confusion. And yeah, we've got a pinch hitter here for Hannah Teal. Paige Lacey, a third freshman here to grab a bat. First pitch to Lacey. Inside. Called strike. They say Lacey went around at it. Has to shorten up on things a little bit here. 0-1 the counter. Team up 11-0. 2 down in the inning. Sacred Heart trying to get out of it. Soft chopper. Lacey, the run down to first. The throw is off the glove, and 1 run comes in to score. Lacey slides up to second. And on the air, southeast of Saline finds a 12th run. That goes down as an E5, I believe. No, an E1. Weidmark moves up to third. Donnelly in to score. And Mackenzie Redder at the dish for Southeast of Saline. First pitch to Redder in the dirt. You also wonder how aggressive some of these freshmen might be, or maybe how aggressive Southeast might be willing to be with them. That ball slapped into center. That gets down. One run comes in to score. They wave Lacey around. No, they don't. Lacey turned the corner. They hold her up. Weidmark in to score. Redder with an RBI single. And Southeast keeps the hits coming. Mackenzie Redder an RBI single. Southeast now leads 13-0. And it will be Carly Zerflew back up to bat with the wind continuing to howl in. Runners at the corners. First pitch to Zerflew, up and in. Saw a lot of pinch hitters come in and take their first swings of the day, but the top of the order will remain unchanged. Reese Heinrich in the on-deck circle. They'd love to get her another chance. The 1-0. Popped up, should stay on the infield. This should end the inning, and it is gloved by Holcomb. So that will finally put a stop to the third, but not before Southeast strikes. They take a 13-0 lead. We'll take a break. We're back in a bit with the top of the fourth. Southeast leads at 13-0. It's our game of the week presented by Juan L. Garrettson at Salina Homes.
There's no better feeling than leaving the stadium with a win, unless you score by leaving the car lot with a great deal. That's how it feels to buy a vehicle at SalinaUsedCars.com. Dozens of late model vehicles that have been fully inspected and are backed by warranty. Cash is accepted or financing for all credit levels. Whether you need a car, truck, SUV, crossover, or van, SalinaUsedCars.com has them all. Get the winning feeling of a great deal at one of 2 locations or shop 24/7 at SalinaUsedCars.com.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back in on a windy, eventful day. Southeast of Saline leading the way 13-0 as we pick up the action here in the fourth inning. Sacred Heart will have the heart of the order due up. Ariana Rivas, Bryn Bouchard, and Brooke Patterson to lead it off against Hannah Teal, whose first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Been a dominant day for SES, both in the field and at the plate. They won the first game 15-0. This one just gets by. They've got a 13-run lead here, trying to put Sacred Heart away. If they could score 2 more runs on the other side, and they'll have the top of the lineup due up to do it. They could walk out of here with a very short couple of wins. This ball fouled back away, and the count goes to 2-1. Coming up next, Sacred Heart will take on Ellenwood. We'll have coverage of the baseball doubleheader of that 2-game set next week. Meanwhile, as I mentioned before, for Southeast of Saline, they play Chapman this Thursday. It was originally scheduled as a Friday game. Due to inclement weather, it got moved. It is now scheduled to be played on Thursday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's strikeout number 7 for Hannah Teal. And as Bryn Bouchard grabs a bat, 1 down in the inning here. So, in a roundabout way, we've got coverage of Southeast and Sacred Heart, and the next time both teams play, we'll have coverage of that as well. Bouchard had a single back in the second inning, one of just 2 hits. This ball hit down the line, but foul for Sacred Heart. Brooke Patterson, Sage Gordine in the on-deck circle, and the hole respectively. The 0-1 from Teal, hit down the line, drifting and foul. Redder giving chase. An 0-2 count. Teal in a great position to pick up what could be her 8th strikeout of the game. Hannah Teal had just 2 strikeouts in 3 appearances coming into today's game. She has 7 strikeouts in this one. One and 2 the count. Teal brings it home. Right back to her. Misses her. Heinrich picks it up, throws to first in time. And it's quickly 2 gone here in the top of the 4th. That'll turn it over to Brooke Patterson. Hannah Teal, like I said, this has been an excellent day for her across the board. She's given up just the 2 hits, no runs, couple of walks, but more than enough strikeouts to make up for it. 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks, no hit batters. She's allowed 5 base runners. 1 was a fielder's choice, 1 was catcher's interference. Count evened up at a ball and a strike, as Brooke Patterson, who had the fielder's choice I mentioned a moment ago, stands into the box to take her second at bat of this game. 1-1 misses high. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike, and that wind continues to howl in from straightaway center field. The 2-1, also high. Might have pulled that one just a bit. Three balls, 1 strike. Teal brings it home, and it's ball 4. So a 2-out walk puts Brooke Patterson on first base and brings up Sage Gordine. Gordine's got a chance here to help her own cause, although a lot of work to be done if Sacred Heart wants to climb back in this game. And we will have a courtesy runner coming in at first base. Sacred Heart will make the change. And on to run is Denitza Rondon. So Rondon now at first. 13-0 the lead for Southeast. Gordine at the plate. Pitch on the way, fouled back to the screen. Starts off at 0-1. On the other side for the Lady Trojans, Reese Heinrich, Kaya Samuelson, and Ashley Welchel will lead off the inning. Big swing and a miss. It'll rise ball up. And Gordine falls behind in the count. 0-2. Teal brings it home. Good looking pitch, just missed. To 1-2 we go. Teal's 1-2. High miss, and the count even at 2 apiece. If they can get to her, Tonley In is in the on-deck circle. Looks like we actually have a pinch hitter. It'll be Natalie Woodall if they get to her. But they will not get to her. It's another strikeout, the 8th of the game for Hannah Teal. And that will put a stop to the 4th inning, at least to the top half. Southeast of Saline up to bat. When we come back, coverage of this doubleheader is brought to you by Juano Garrettson at Salina Homes.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad.
Well, welcome back in. It's the bottom of the fourth, and it's Reese Heinrich, Kaya Samuelson, and Ashley Welchel, the top of the order to lead things off for Southeast of Saline. Lady Trojans looking for 2 more runs to finish it off, or a chance to pick up the last few outs on the other side of the break. Either way, a good position. They've done the hard work early, and an inside-out swing for Heinrich will take this ball down the line. That gets down. It will roll halfway to the fence. Heinrich digging, thinking 3. Throw comes in. It's not in time. And it's a leadoff triple for Reese Heinrich, who continues her assault on softballs today. It has just been one thing after the next for Heinrich. You go back to the first game of this doubleheader, or I would if the Hurricane winds were not blowing the scorebook all over the place. As this ball is in the dirt. Heinrich in the first game, a walk, a bunt single, a 2 RBI game-winning double. She came in to score 2 runs for the Lady Trojans. She picked up right where she left off here in game number 2. A bunt single, a walk, reached on an error, and then a triple just now, and now one laced up the middle by Samuelson. The run comes in to score. Reese Heinrich has scored for the 6th time today and add another RBI and another knock to an excellent day for Kaya Samuelson. Samuelson now represents the potential game-winning run. Ashley Welchel, who already has 1 RBI single today, at the dish. Welchel hits it softly. That gets down. They'll have a chance to throw her out at first, but coming off the bag is Patterson. So give Welchel credit for the single, and a potential game-winning run slides up 60 feet as Riley Donnelly grabs the bat. Donnelly today, a bunt single, a 2 RBI single, 2 runs scored. Also had a pop out to third. Southeast trying to bring the run in from second, pitch low. You know that Samuelson's not going to be waiting around on second for long. Anything that gets by, you would more than likely see her turn and take third base. Electric speed, several stolen bases already today for Samuelson, including the 2 inside the park home runs. 2 balls, no strikes, the count to Donnelly. Gordine just trying to extend the game and get it to a 5th inning. 2-0. Misses high again. The pinch hitters would be due up next, although I think those spots have reverted as Veda Durfee is standing in the on-deck circle. The 3-0 in there for a called strike. Easy take for Donnelly. Now the green light is on. Reese Heinrich hit a 2 RBI double to walk off game number 1. Pitch to Donnelly, lifted out to shallow center field, and it's hauled in by Thompson for the first out of the inning. So that brings up Veda Durfee, who reclaims her spot in the lineup from Elizabeth Shaw. Durfee in her 2 plate appearances, a single and a walk, 2 runs scored. Those winds continuing to howl in from straightaway center. First pitch to Durfee misses up. And the count, as many have, begins 1-0. Durfee back in the box. Lifts another one up and foul here, and the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. In case you haven't been with us all day long, one final reminder. The next game for Southeast of Saline softball has been moved due to inclement weather. It will be played this Thursday in Gypsum at 3 p.m. and Salina Post will be here. Live coverage of those games presented by Kirsten Day. But here it's a 1-1 count. Southeast up by 14. This one in the dirt. Samuelson holds up at second. The count goes to 2-1 on Veda Durfee. Plenty of ways Southeast could bring the run in with just 1 down in the inning. 2-1. Hit well, falling fast, and it's another error. Can they get the lead runner at third? Yeah, they did. Just deep enough to avoid the infield fly rule, but just shallow enough for the throw to be made. Durfee moves up on the fielder's choice. Samuelson cut down, now 2 outs in the inning. Ashley Welchel up to second. And here comes Annabelle Sowell. That ball hit on a line, it gets down, and Southeast will wave the runner. Here comes the game-winning run, and it is in without a throw. Southeast of Saline walks it off on an Annabelle Sowell RBI single. And that will do it as SES takes both games of the doubleheader 15-0. We're back with the Commercial Tire Center postgame report when we return. Coverage of both games, all 4 games from Gypsum today, brought to you by 1L Garrettson. Buy or sell, call 1L.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
A smooth ride and safe handling start with a strong suspension. At Commercial Tire Center in Salina, our team provides expert suspension maintenance and repair for both automotive and diesel vehicles. From shocks, struts, and steering to full mechanical service, our certified technicians help extend tire life and keep your vehicle road ready. Whether it's your everyday car or a hardworking diesel truck, count on Commercial Tire Center to keep you moving.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back in, just in time for the Commercial Tire Center postgame report. Southeast of Saline takes the clean sweep on the day. They win 2 games in the number of innings it usually takes to complete one. 15-0 in 3 innings in game number 1, 15-0 in just 4 innings in game number 2. And final numbers from these games look like this. In the first game, Southeast of Saline, 15 runs on 13 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. For Sacred Heart in the first game, no runs, no hits, 2 errors, 1 runner left on base. A complete game no-hitter in just 3 innings for Carly Zerflu. She was our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game for game number 1. In game number 2, Southeast, 15 runs, 16 hits, no errors, 5 runners left on base. For Sacred Heart, no runs on 1 hit, 4 errors, 4 runners left on base. Your winning pitcher is Hannah Teal. She's also our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game. It was a great day for Hannah Teal in the circle. She went all 4 innings. She gave up just 2 hits, did not give up a single run, stranded a couple of key runners, and more importantly, 8 strikeouts on the day to help keep a shutout preserved throughout the course of this doubleheader. But Boy, a couple of other players that I just want to note, if nothing else. Reese Heinrich reaches base in all 8 at-bats, comes in to score 6 times. She also collects a couple of key RBIs. And then Annabelle Sowell. What didn't Annabelle Sowell do today? Well, she was 3 for 3 with 3 singles and 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored in the first game. And then in the second game, she was also 3 for 3 with 2 singles, a double, and 4 RBI. So I think overall between the 2 games, you combine them as a package deal, our Vernon Jewelers gem of the day has got to go to one Annabelle Sowell. Like I said, what a day for Sowell. We'll compile all the final stats. Don't forget, you can read about this on Salina Post. You can watch it right here on the Salina Post YouTube page. And be sure to stay tuned to the Salina Post Facebook page and at S-Post Sports on X for highlights of this doubleheader and more throughout the course of the afternoon. Hey, also want to say a special thank you not only to Wanel Garrettson at Salina Homes for her sponsorship of today's game, but also today the trial run here in Gypsum. And as far as I know, things went pretty well. Of course, we'll have some kinks to try to work out, but boy, glad to be able to bring you coverage of games in this a spot that typically has been a dead zone, but is no longer, and that's thanks in large part to Technical Consulting and Kansas Bankers Technologies. So I want to say a special thank you to those two for all that they do and all they've done to help make today's games possible. That will wrap it up for us. One last time for our producer, engineer, tech extraordinaire, and camera operator Trey Tolley. I have been Tyler Henry. We will see you this Thursday when Southeast of Saline softball takes on the Chapman Lady Irish. 3 o'clock start time right here in Gypsum. And yes, if you heard that, you heard right. The game's moved due to inclement weather from an original Friday start now to Thursday. We'll see you then. Until then, I've been Tyler Henry. Thank you again for tuning in. Our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week presented by Wanel Garrettson at Salina Homes. Buy or sell, call Wanel.
This has been a presentation of Eagle Media.